In the Great Hall of the Justice League, there are assembled four of the world's greatest heroes created from the cosmic legends of the universe. I'm a true fan. Play that back and Google it. Justice League up next. Let's go.
Brian's Cosigns, yeah.
What's up, y'all? You are now rocking with Brian's Cosigns. I am Brian Gunn. Justice League, Justice League, Justice League. And no, I'm not talking about the production crew. I'm talking about the movie starring Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Ezra Miller, Ray Fisher, Jason Momoa, and maybe, just maybe, Henry Cavill. So the world is in its feelings since the death of Superman, and crime and despair have taken over. All this loss and depression have made Earth vulnerable to surprise attacks. Batman has a feeling that something's about to go down. So he and Wonder Woman go on a quest to find three others with superpowers to stop a catastrophic threat. Now that threat is the destroyer of worlds known as Steppenwolf. Now I don't know about you, but I have been eagerly anticipating this movie for a long time. Now that I've seen it, I have two words. It's unbelievable. Woo-hoo-hoo. Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon both directed this, and you could tell that there is the right amount of seriousness and comedy. The cast, they blend better than a smoothie. The opening scene is that of immediate action, and it's indicative of the entire film. Bruce and Diana have grown since Batman vs. Superman. Bruce is no longer that old, mean, cynical person that he once was, while Diana is no longer the naive little princess. You know, it's almost like a role reversal. Momoa, he brings that swag to Aquaman. He has charisma and grit deeper than an ocean. He's like the Nas of the Justice League. Ezra Miller as the Flash, on point. He's the comic relief of the movie, and he balances out those tough, dramatic scenes perfectly with his comedic presence. There's no buffoonery going on here, though. Get that straight. Make no mistake about it. His acting is that of innocence, yet it's hilarious. Now, Fisher as Cyborg, he's the most vital member to the team. He's learning his powers. He's learning his new body, and he feels like a loner. If you had one member that you would have an emotional attachment with, it would be him. There is much more action in Justice League than there was in Batman vs. Superman. Much more. The battles are massive. There's this one fight scene involving just about all of the Amazons and Steppenwolf. Whew, it is just colossal. You have battles in Atlantis. You have battles in Gotham City. You have battles in Metropolis. Man, listen. Steppenwolf as a villain is very formidable. He's this huge, brooding figure who ain't taking mess from anyone, okay? My only problem with him was the CGI. His facial expressions don't quite hit the mark, but that's about it. The first act sets up backstory for Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman. They do it kind of rushed, but it's still effective, and I'll get into that in a moment. They really don't get a chance to fully utilize their powers, but you got to understand, This isn't a standalone film for anyone. It's almost a tease of sorts for when they do get their solo projects. Okay, I hear you, and I've been hearing you ever since I started this thing. What about Superman? What about Superman? Let me say this. Kal-El ain't playing around, okay? And when I say he ain't playing around, I mean he ain't playing around. Got it? I don't want to give too much away, but he ain't playing around. For all of you who were screw-faced about Batman versus Superman, Justice League delivers. Let me tell y'all, you have not seen a DC film like this. This is in a league of its own. I absolutely love this film, but there are a couple of side eyes. You know, I was like, one of those is the CGI. CGI at times is a little suspect, okay? The other is there are two plot holes involving a major character. And I hope that those plot holes are resolved in the next film, because if not, it's going to leave a lot of questions that will need closure. There was a mandate by Warner Brothers telling them, the production crew, that the film had to be under 2 hours. And that's bad, because had it been a little longer, we would have gotten to know the characters. The character development would have been sweeter. So they almost shot themselves in the foot in that aspect. But outside of that, this is a great movie. Let me say this real quick. There are a lot of critics that are bashing this movie for some odd reason. Don't listen to them. Nah, don't listen to those bought and paid for clowns that don't know anything about cinematography or cinema at all. And there's also like a website, you know, that's bashing this thing as well. You know, and to me, the website is as rotten as a bad tomato. Listen, check it out. I absolutely adore this movie. Therefore, I am co-signing Justice League to the fullest.
Justice League. Justice League, Justice League, Justice League.
There you have it, folks. Justice League. Have you seen it? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Put your comments down south. Let me check them out. Hey, there are 2 end credit scenes. Stay for them because they are suspenseful. Subscribe, please. And as always, take your words to the movies. All right?
Brian's cosign.
This is how I be feeling when I get paid on Fridays.